Dolly Parton has just broken 3 more Guinness World Records, making her an even more impressive person. She came very prepared. Dolly Parton has always been a symbol of strength, resilience, and heartfelt storytelling. Through her music and words, she has touched millions of lives, giving them comfort and joy in both good and bad times. Her extensive career spanning decades has been marked by timeless songs and a genuine spirit that fans have come to cherish. Applause. Dolly has recently been through very emotional times. She recently made an appearance that moved the world and left many in awe of her grace and courage. It was a moment that showed how deep her character is and how strong her heart is. As we think about this touching event, we are reminded of the love, loss, and unwavering spirit that have shaped Dolly's incredible journey. Stay with us as we delve into this heartfelt story that has fans all over the world talking about Dolly Parton. With her dazzling rhinestones, blonde hair, and heartfelt music, Dolly Parton is a cultural icon, but behind the glitz is a story of resilience, passion, and generosity. Born on January 19, 1946, in the Tennessee Smoky Mountains, Dolly grew up in a one-room cabin as one of 12 children. Her family didn't have much money, but they were rich in music and love. She started writing songs after hearing her mother's ballads and her grandfather play the guitar. By the time she was 10, she was performing on local radio and TV, and by the time she was 13, she had recorded her first single. After high school, she moved to Nashville with the goal of making it big. Her big break came in 1967 on the Porter Wagner Show, where her undeniable chemistry with Porter led to many hits. But in 1974, she bravely pursued a solo career, and Farewell to Porter, I Will Always Love You became an iconic ballad and another hit for Jolene, which showed off her raw emotional storytelling. Dolly's songs weren't just popular. Dolly enjoyed success on the big screen in movies like 9 to 5 and Steel Magnolias, where her charm and sense of humor won over audiences. But her heart stayed with her Appalachian roots. In 1995, she started the Imagination Library program because her father couldn't read. This literacy program has given over 200 million free books to children around the world. Her theme park, Dollywood, also honors her heritage by creating jobs and improving the local community despite her fame. In a joke about her expensive-looking appearance, Dolly once said, "It takes a lot of money to look this cheap." But underneath the humor is a woman who isn't afraid to be herself. Her marriage to Carl Dean, whom she married in 1966, adds another heartwarming layer. While Dolly loves being in the spotlight, Carl prefers a private life. Their relationship is one of laughter, support, and devotion, even after decades. Dolly is still going strong. She continues to release music, work with artists, and wow audiences in movies and TV shows in 2022. Inducting Dolly Parton into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame showed how much of an impact she had, but her greatest legacy is the joy she brings to people through her music, compassion, and love. Whether she's singing about heartbreak or life's beauty, Dolly reminds us all of what really matters. She is a legend, and her legacy will shine forever. Dolly Parton has faced criticism and backlash throughout her legendary music career and charitable work. Through the years, Dolly's journey shows strength, growth, and an unwavering commitment to her values. Despite her bubbly personality and iconic image, Dolly's life has been anything but simple. She has dealt with criticism and personal struggles with the same grace and honesty that has made her so beloved around the world. One of the most interesting things about Dolly Parton's public image is that she has chosen to stay politically neutral, while many others have become politically active. While many celebrities are open about their political views, Dolly has always been careful not to take sides. Her goal with her music has been to bring people together, not divide them. She has said many times that her job is to entertain, not to change people's political views. In one interview, she said, "I don't do politics, I'm an entertainer." This decision has been praised by some but criticized by others who think public figures should use their platform to promote political causes. However, Dolly's belief in kindness and leadership has been one of her biggest draws to students, and she has always been open to everyone. And instead of speaking out on politics, she chooses to promote unity and compassion. She has also supported causes close to her heart, like children's literacy through her imaginary library, without making overtly political statements. This delicate balancing act has helped her keep her popularity while staying true to her beliefs. Despite her positive image, Dolly Parton has been involved in cultural controversies. One example is her former theme park. The Dixie Stampede was supposed to be family entertainment, but it got bad reviews for romanticizing the American Civil War. Critics said that the production didn't show the painful realities of that time. Dolly realized the problem and changed the name of the attraction to the Dolly Parton Stampede. Her response was direct and thoughtful. As soon as you realize something is wrong, you fix it. Don't be a complete idiot. To show her dedication to doing what was right even when it meant facing painful truths, Dolly Parton has long been an outspoken supporter of the LGBTQ+ community. Her openness comes from her belief in love and acceptance for everyone. She grew up in a religious home and developed a strong personal faith. Some critics have said she is departing from traditional beliefs, but Dolly has always stuck to her values. She has said, "I believe in accepting people as they are." This view has made her a beloved ally of the LGBTQ+ community, while also drawing criticism from more conservative voices. However, Dolly's unwavering commitment to kindness and respect has continued to shine through. She often stresses the importance of not judging others, a message that hits home with her fans. In addition to the public spotlight, Dolly has also recently lost her husband of nearly 60 years, Carl Dean, leaving behind a son and a daughter. "I've lost my soulmate, but I feel him with me in every song I sing," Dolly said in her first public appearance after Carl's death. Carl was known for being very private, but their relationship gave Dolly strength and stability. His quiet presence helped her thrive in the spotlight while keeping a grounded sense of self. To talk about her sadness in public while still performing is a sign of fortitude. Even when she's sad, she finds ways to honor Carl's memory and the life they built together. As a woman in the male-dominated country music industry, Dolly Parton has had many problems early in her career. As a songwriter and businesswoman, she struggled to be taken seriously, but she stayed determined to make her own way. When she quit the Porter Wagner show to pursue a solo career, people didn't believe her, but her undeniable talent quickly proved them wrong. Speaking about the unfair treatment women face in the business, she once said, "I've always known I had to work twice as hard to get half as much," but instead of giving up, she used these experiences to fuel her drive to succeed. Today, Dolly is not only a music icon, but also a successful businesswoman with Dollywood and her production company Sand Dollar Productions. Despite problems and scandals, Dolly Parton has not apologized. Herself, with her typical big blonde hair, bright clothes, and self-doubt, it takes a lot of self-awareness for Dolly to say things like, "It costs a lot of money to look this cheap." This line perfectly shows her self-aware sense of humor, but behind the wigs and rhinestones is a woman with a lot of deep wisdom and compassion. Dolly's fans love how honest she is about her struggles, from her battles with body image to her moments of self-doubt. Sharing her weaknesses makes her both relatable and inspiring. She has shown over and over that being strong doesn't mean avoiding trouble, but facing it with grace and resilience. Despite the criticism, controversies, and personal problems, Dolly Parton's legacy is still one of love, kindness, and generosity. Her music has touched the hearts of millions, and her charitable work has changed countless lives. Her unwavering spirit continues to inspire people from all walks of life in a world that often feels Dolly Parton is a symbol of hope and unity. Through her actions and music, she shows us that we can respect different points of view while still staying true to our own values. She inspires us to lead with love, find joy in hard times, and always believe in the power of kindness. Dolly Parton's story is far from over, but one thing is for sure: her light will keep shining for generations to come. Carl Dean is the private man behind Dolly. Carl Dean was married to country music legend Dolly Parton, but he lived a quiet life. Born on July 20, 1942, in Nashville, Tennessee. He owned an asphalt-laying company and didn't like being in the spotlight, even though he was married to one of the most famous entertainers in the world. Carl chose privacy and simplicity over fame. The couple's long-lasting love story began in 1964 when Dolly moved to Nashville to pursue her music career. They met at a local laundromat where Carl, who was 21 at the time, started talking to Dolly. They hit it off right away, and 2 years later, they got married in a small ceremony in Ringgold, Georgia, that was only attended by Dolly's mother, a preacher, and his wife. Because Dolly was becoming more famous and Carl wanted privacy, the small wedding showed how they wanted to keep their relationship private. During their nearly 6-decade marriage, Carl remained a mystery. He rarely went to events with Dolly, choosing to support other causes instead. Dolly often talked lovingly of Carl, praising his sharp wit, dry humor, and unwavering support. Their relationship thrived on laughter and companionship, forming an unbreakable bond. Despite his reclusiveness, Carl was deeply involved in Dolly's life. He sometimes visited Dollywood, her theme park, without drawing attention to himself, giving her feedback and suggestions. His desire to contribute quietly without seeking attention showed how much he cared about her. According to Dolly, their long-lasting marriage was due to their different personalities. While she thrived in the spotlight, Carl found happiness in the comfort of their home. She once said that his desire for a peaceful life gave her the freedom to shine, knowing that he would always support her. Carl never sought fame for himself, instead celebrating Dolly's success from afar. Carl Dean died on March 3, 2025. At the age of 82, Dolly released a heartfelt statement about her grief. Honoring Carl's private nature, she asked for privacy during her time of grief as a tribute to him. Dolly made her first public appearance at the opening of Dollywood's 40th season. She thanked her fans for their support and thought about Carl's encouragement. She later released a ballad called If You Hadn't Been There, which celebrated their shared life and the huge impact he had on her journey. Carl's legacy lives on through Dolly's unwavering belief in her talent, and she had the courage to go after her dreams. Even though she was a famous singer, Carl only knew her as the woman he loved. Their love story, full of laughter, devotion, and mutual respect, shows that they had a relationship that went beyond fame. Even though Carl is no longer alive, his influence lives on in Dolly's music, which continues to reflect the happy and sad times they spent together, and her strength and grace honor the man who stood by her side. Carl Dean and Dolly Parton, a love story outside of the spotlight. Carl Dean's role in Dolly Parton's life has always been one of unwavering support and quiet companionship. Their relationship, which began in 1964, was a story of love that grew out of the public eye. On her first day in Nashville, Tennessee, Dolly Parton, then 18 years old, met Carl Dean outside of a local laundromat. That meeting would change her life forever. Dean, a 21-year-old businessman, unlike most of the people Dolly would meet as her career took off, Carl didn't see her as a future star. He just saw her as a lively, normal young woman. Their first conversation was full of laughter and mutual interest. Carl, who was shy, was immediately drawn to Dolly's magnetic personality, and Dolly found Carl's honest and humble nature to be a nice change from her industry goals and her dreams of becoming a... She didn't think the man she met at a laundromat would become her lifelong partner. Their courtship was a beautiful reflection of their different personalities. Dolly was outgoing and lively, while Carl was grounded and liked a quiet life. They built a relationship based on shared values, mutual respect, and unwavering love. Even as Dolly became more famous in the music world, Carl remained her rock, a constant source of strength and reassurance. In 1966, Dolly's career was taking off, but she and Carl wanted to keep their relationship a secret. On May 30, 1966, they decided to marry in a small, private ceremony in Ringgold, Georgia, which is just across the Tennessee border. Only the preacher and his wife were there to witness the ceremony. They chose to keep it small, not only to avoid the media, but also to show how sacred their relationship was. Dolly wore a simple dress and Carl wore a suit, choosing not to wear the web. There was a lot of extravagance at this private ceremony, but it was the start of a marriage that would last. While Dolly took the spotlight, Carl continued to prefer anonymity. He rarely made public appearances and chose to stay out of the entertainment scene. Despite this, he was very supportive of Dolly's career and cheered her on every step of the way. Dolly often talked about Carl's humor and love, remembering how he lovingly teased her about her glamorous public life. Carl chose to stay out of the spotlight, and Dolly's desire to keep their marriage private were two important factors in their long-lasting relationship. While Dolly toured and built her legacy as a country music star, Carl ran his asphalt paving business and enjoyed the peace of their Tennessee home. Their relationship worked perfectly, showing that true love doesn't need to be in the public eye all the time. Dolly and Carl had reached a big goal by 2016 that many people thought was impossible. To mark this, couples only hope to be married for 50 years. After achieving an amazing feat, Dolly and Carl decided to renew their vows in a private ceremony. Unlike celebrity events that are usually big and get a lot of attention from the media, their celebration was a very private event with only their closest family and friends. Dolly spoke lovingly of the memories they had made together. She talked about how important it was to celebrate their journey as a couple, saying that it gave her a chance to think about the decades of laughter, love, and strength they had shared. Carl, who didn't want to be in the spotlight, took great pleasure in the event, knowing that his marriage had survived the challenges that come with fame and personal growth during their marriage. Dolly often talked about how Carl's support had helped her become successful. While the world saw her as a glitzy superstar, Carl knew her as the man. He gave the girl he met outside of that Nashville laundromat a sense of normalcy and a stable presence that let her pursue her dreams without fear. In interviews, Dolly has said over and over that the key to their long-lasting marriage was their ability to live separate lives while staying deeply connected. Dolly admired Carl's independence and choice to stay out of the public eye, and Carl admired Dolly's choice to be independent. Carl was always there for Dolly, whether she was accepting awards on big stages or recording heartfelt ballads in the studio. She knew he was rooting for her and celebrating her successes without ever feeling overshadowed. Their mutual understanding helped them deal with the challenges of fame while keeping their personal lives private. Even as Dolly continued to rule the entertainment industry, Carl's constant presence behind the scenes gave her comfort and strength. His unwavering faith in her abilities and character, rather than public statements or grand gestures, was clear. The couple's vow renewal in 2016 was both a celebration of their past and a promise for the future. It showed that they were committed to continuing their journey together, embracing the joys and challenges that lay ahead. Dolly often said that Carl made her laugh every single day, which kept their relationship strong through the ups and downs of life as Dolly worked on her career. Carl was her rock. Their story shows that true love isn't shown in grand ways or through constant public declarations. It's through the quiet, enduring moments shared between two people. For Carl and Dolly, it was the simple joys, the laughter at home, the conversations on their porch, and the unwavering support in times of need that truly defined their marriage. Even though Carl wanted to stay out of the spotlight, his love and support for Dolly helped her reach new heights in her life and career. Their love kept her grounded, and their marriage was a true partnership marked by loyalty, understanding, and a deep, lasting affection. Even after Carl's death, Dolly continues to honor their love and the amazing life they built together. The memories of their vow renewal and the many moments they shared are etched in her heart, and she has often said that laughter was the key to their long marriage, which is a beautiful reflection of the We Remember Carl Dean, to show that behind every great success story there are often unsung heroes who offer unwavering support and love. Carl may not have been visible, but his impact on Dolly's life will live on through her music, her memories, and the legacy of their amazing love story. Dolly Parton and Carl Dean love rumors and the truth behind the headlines. Carl Dean's unwavering preference for privacy has long been a mystery. One important thing about Carl's relationship with Dolly Parton is that while Dolly has lived her life in the spotlight, Carl has chosen to stay out of the public eye, rarely making public appearances or giving interviews. His decision to remain anonymous has led to a lot of speculation over the years, with some questioning the reality of their marriage and others coming up with elaborate theories about Carl's existence. However, people close to the couple and Dolly herself have repeatedly said that their relationship is real, and the most persistent controversy surrounding Carl Dean is his lack of public appearances. Unlike other celebrity spouses, Carl avoids the spotlight and doesn't go to red carpet events or make public statements. This has led to conspiracy theories, with some saying that Carl is just a character created for publicity purposes, and others saying that their marriage is one of convenience. Despite these claims, Dolly has always defended her husband's actions. She said that Carl's shyness and desire for a simple life were clear from the moment they met, and they haven't changed. According to Dolly, Carl's dislike of fame isn't a sign of how strong their relationship is, but rather a personal choice that she deeply respects. In interviews, Dolly has said that Carl often jokes about the rumors, finding humor in the ridiculous claims instead of feeling hurt or frustrated. He stays safe in their relationship, knowing that the truth is much simpler. Carl would much rather live a quiet life than clear up rumors about him. Dolly has said that Carl is a grounded and independent man who takes pride in their private life together and doesn't care about the noise of tabloids and gossip columns. However, the attention hasn't just been on Carl's absence. Dolly has also been the subject of many unfounded rumors over the years, mostly about alleged affairs. One of the most persistent rumors involves her close friend. The nature of her relationship with Judy Ogle, her longtime assistant and confidant, has been the subject of a lot of tabloid speculation, with some saying that their friendship is more than just friendly. Dolly has strongly denied these claims, pointing out that she has been friends with Judy for decades and that Judy has been a constant source of support for her in both her personal and professional life. She has called the rumors baseless and hurtful. She knows that being famous means there is a lot of gossip about her, but she doesn't let it define her. Instead, she celebrates the strength of her friendship with Carl and the unwavering support of her friends. Judy, like Carl, has chosen to stay out of the public eye, which adds to the rumors. But Dolly has made it clear that their friendship is based on mutual respect and trust, and she isn't bothered by the tabloids' whispers or the rumors about. Besides rumors of affairs, there have also been false claims that Dolly and Carl are married but not together. These claims are often based on the fact that their relationship isn't typical, with Carl's absence from public events being seen as a sign of marital instability. Dolly has dealt with these rumors with her usual wit and charm, joking that if she were married but not together, she wouldn't keep it a secret. Both Dolly and Carl have stressed how important commitment and understanding are in their relationship. Despite the ongoing rumors, Carl has remained a staunch supporter of Dolly, refusing to be swayed by public opinion. His refusal to interact with the media has added to the air of mystery surrounding him, but those who know him personally describe him as a kind and funny man. Dolly has said that Carl's sense of humor has been one of the most important parts of their relationship. Even though everyone is always talking about them, Carl and Dolly's relationship hasn't changed. Another thing that has gotten a lot of negative attention from the public is Dolly's appearance. Over the years, she has been accused of having too much plastic surgery and has been harshly judged on everything from her signature blonde wigs to her bold fashion choices. While some have praised her unapologetic style, others have said she looks like she doesn't care what other people think. Others have been quick to criticize her for being herself. But Carl has always been there for her and never wavered in his love. Dolly has often joked about how she looks, famously saying that it takes a lot of money to look this cheap. Her self-deprecating humor has helped her take charge of the story and not let criticism lower her confidence. Carl, her loving and supportive husband, has always told her to be herself. According to Dolly, Carl loves her for who she is, not just the things she does. People see Dolly as a glamorous country star, but Carl hasn't been affected by what other people think. He has only cared about what makes Dolly happy. When she thinks about the controversies that have surrounded their relationship, Dolly has said how grateful she is for Carl's unwavering support. While people may continue to speculate, she knows the truth about their relationship. Their ability to laugh at the rumors and stay focused on what matters has shown how strong their relationship is. Rumors may continue to swirl around Dolly and Carl's marriage, but those closest to them know the truth. A truth built on laughter, loyalty, and a shared commitment to each other. As Dolly has said many times, the key to their long-lasting marriage has been mutual understanding and a lot of humor. As long as they have each other, no rumor or controversy will ever shake the foundation of their lasting marriage. Dolly Parton's heartbreaking tribute to her late husband, Carl Dean's memory. Carl Dean's death has clearly had a huge effect on Dolly Parton, who has always called him the love of her life after being married for almost 60 years. Dealing with life without him is a heartbreaking reality for the famous singer. But even in her grief, Dolly has found the strength to honor Carl's memory with the same grace and sincerity that have defined her whole life. Dolly's emotional public appearances have shown how much she misses her husband and how much she cherishes the love they shared. In the days before Carl's death, she made a touching promise to him that showed how devoted she was and how much she wanted to bring him peace. She knew how much he valued a life of simplicity and tranquility, so she reassured him that she wanted him to find that peace. This tender vow showed how deeply they loved each other and how committed she was to making sure Carl was comfortable in his last days. Even though it was unbearable to lose him, Dolly found comfort in knowing that he died surrounded by love and in the knowledge that she would always cherish the time they spent together. After Carl's death, Dolly shared her feelings with the world in a heartfelt message that was both thankful and sad. She wrote about the immense love she and Carl shared over their 60 years together and thanked her fans for their prayers during this difficult time. During a hard time, her words reminded her of the lasting power of love and the lasting impact Carl had on her life. Just days after Carl's death, Dolly showed incredible strength by making her first public appearance at Dollywood's 40th season celebration. She spoke to the crowd with a mix of sadness and strength, opening her heart to those there. Dolly's voice shook with emotion as she talked about her husband, but she stood firm in honoring his memory the way she thought he would have wanted you to know. I told him how much I loved him, and I know he loved me, she said, adding that Carl would want her to keep doing what she loves. He wouldn't want me sitting around crying, he'd want me out here smiling and singing. Her words were met with warmth and admiration, and fans praised her bravery. Dolly's audience stayed with her, and she talked about Carl's occasional visits to Dollywood, remembering how he liked to experience the park. Carl always bought his own tickets and explored the attractions without trying to get attention. Later, he'd share his thoughts with Dolly, even making funny suggestions like adding more bathrooms or making the crowd flow better. These memories made her smile as she talked about them, painting a picture of the man she loved, who was humble, practical, and always there for her. In another touching tribute, Dolly wrote a heartfelt love letter to Carl, shared with the world, showed how close they were. She wrote about how much he made her happy and how thankful she was for the years they spent together. Her words touched many people who followed her journey and gave them a glimpse into the deep and lasting connection that made up their relationship. As she continues to deal with her grief, Dolly has chosen to celebrate Carl's life instead of dwelling on her loss. She has been open about the lessons he taught her about patience. She misses Carl and his humility and the beauty of a simple life, but she holds on to the memories that make her feel better. Carl's impact can be seen in everything she does, from the songs she sings to the stories she tells.